In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can loosely lace your Adidas Campus. So let's get into it. We're going to place this one over here so we can see what we're aiming towards, and we're going to be lacing up the right shoe. So the first thing I've done is put some socks inside the toe cap to pad it out a little bit. And we're going to start by taking the lace down through that first hole on the outside of the shoe. Just draw your lace a little way up into the shoe. And then when you take your lace across the front, if you run it through your fingers and your thumb, it'll help to flatten it out a little bit more. Then we're going to bring the lace down through that opposite first hole. And again, just pull it up a little way. And then to make sure that your laces are the same length on both sides, put the ends together and pull up like that. So I'm just going to pull that bar in a little bit at the front. And then we're going to start by taking the outside lace across to the second hole on the inside. And if you catch your lace on your finger, it'll help you to pull it flat, and it'll help to untwist any twists that come up in the lace. Then we're going to take the inside lace, we're going to bring it across to that second hole on the outside, flattening out the lace as much as possible as you go. And as you can see, it will help you to untwist the laces. And I'd also recommend as well that when you've done your lace, just go back and just tuck it into place and just check that it's not getting too loose. I'm then going to pad out the shoe with some socks. It just helps to broaden out the shoe if you're doing a loosely laced style, and it helps you to get those kind of broad, loose laces. It also helps as well when you come to wear the shoe because your laces are already nice and loose, and you shouldn't need to adjust them. So then we're going to take the outside lace across to the third hole on the inside. And then bring the inside lace across to that third hole on the outside. Keeping that lace in your hand, bring it across to the fourth hole on the inside. And then the inside lace comes across to the fourth hole on the outside. Again, just stop and just tuck your laces in, just check they're not getting too loose. If they are, just pull them in a little bit. And then we're going to take that outside lace through the hoop on the tongue to help to keep the tongue in place. And then down through the next inside hole. And then take your inside lace through the hoop, sitting on top of the lace that's already in there. Just make sure you don't snag your lace with the end of the lace as you take it across. And then we're going to bring it down through that next hole on the outside of the shoe. Then take the inside lace across to the next hole on the inside, bringing it down into the hole. And then the inside lace comes across and down through that next outside hole. And then I'm just going to check again that they're overlapping. Looks like these are getting a little bit loose at the top, so if they are, just pull them in a little bit. It just helps to adjust your laces as you're lacing rather than having to go back and do it. This is also looking a little bit loose, so it's worth going back and just checking all the time that it's looking exactly the way you want it. And then when you get to the end, you might find that if you've laced your shoe on your foot, that you've got a little bit more lace because maybe you've pulled your laces in a little bit more. What you can do then is just to use up a little bit more of this lace. You can tie a knot, just a gentle knot. Keep it quite loose and don't bring it all the way down to the shoe. So you leave yourself a little bit of a gap here. Make yourself a knot like that, which leaves you only a little bit of lace left. And what you're going to do with your knot then is you're going to bring it underneath the tongue and you'll wear that on top of your foot. And the other thing about knotting your lace as well is that when you bring these two laces out through this top bit like you've got over here, it will help to stop these from drawing back through. However, because the laces are so thick and the holes are suede, it does help to have that extra texture, and they should be fine by taking them out through those holes and not having them come back through again wearing loose. So you take your lace, take it out through that last hole like that, and again I'm just going to bring it through that last hole on the inside of the shoe, tuck that lace under and draw it out. and just make sure they both match. I'm just going to push that lace down a little bit, and it should be a comfortable wear because the laces are so soft. You won't feel that wearing it on top of your foot, especially with all this padding as well. So there you've got your loosely laced Adidas Campus, looking cool and relaxed. So there you have your loosely laced Adidas Campus. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and for future videos, subscribe. Until the next time, thanks for watching.